Welcome back to the Deep Dives, where we cut through all the noise to get right to the good stuff.
That's right.
And today we are diving deep into the world of AI at work.
Ooh, exciting.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to forget about all the hype,
Yeah.
all the buzzwords we always hear.
I love.
Exactly. We're going straight to the source.
Yeah.
I've got a 2025 State of AI at Work report by Udacity.
So this is based on a global survey they did. It gives us a really interesting snapshot of how people are actually using AI and what they think about it in their jobs.
And there are some really pretty eye-opening findings in here.
Oh, yeah.
You ready to get started?
Let's dive in.
Okay, so first things first. The report found that 77%,
Wow.
I know a whopping 77% of people surveyed are already using AI tools at work.
So that's like almost everybody.
I know, it's crazy, right? Think about your own job for a second.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to avoid AI these days.
It's really true. I mean, it's everywhere.
It is.
And it's just going to become more and more common. But there's a catch. Oh. Only 26% of technical people that they surveyed considered themselves advanced or experts in AI.
Oh, wow.
So there's this huge gap between, everyone's using it,
right,
but not that many people really know what they're doing.
We're all kind of fumbling around with these really powerful tools.
Yeah, kind of like figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, and that's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
The report found some pretty big differences in how different generations view AI's impact at work.
Like different age groups.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So millennials, for example, they're the optimists.
Oh, so they're like pro-AI.
Yeah. They see AI as a way to improve decision-making, reduce stress, and even boost creativity.
It makes you wonder if that's because they grew up with technology constantly changing so fast. They're probably just more comfortable, adapting to all this new stuff.
That's a really good point.
But Gen Z and Gen X, not so much.
Okay.
They're a little bit more skeptical.
Really?
Especially when it comes to AI's impact on, making money revenue.
Interesting.
Only 16% of Gen Xers think that AI could increase their income.
Wow.
Compared to 54% of millennials.
That's a huge difference.
It is a really big divide.
I wonder where our listener falls on this. Are you team AI optimist or are you team conscious skeptic? So this generational divide, it kind of leads into another key finding in the report.
Okay.
The AI skills gap.
So like the skills shortage.
Exactly. So 88%, huge percentage of workers.
Wow. Almost everyone.
I know they want AI training.
Right.
But only 32% of organizations are actually providing it.
So people want to learn.
Yes.
But the companies aren't really giving them the chance.
Exactly. And to make matters even worse.
Oh, no.
Over half of the workers that were surveyed, they said their employers don't even have clear AI policies in place.
So it's kind of like the Wild West out there.
Yeah, it is.
It's like no rules, nobody knows what's going on.
No wonder people feel like they're just navigating uncharted territory.
Totally. And the report, it really stresses that organizations need to step up, you know, and provide more support for their employees.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was this one quote from a CTO that really stood out to me.
Okay.
They said, data literacy training is a cornerstone to drive the AI transformation and to develop data skills across the company.
So basically they're saying you need to understand the basics of data before you can even really use AI effectively.
It's like data literacy is the foundation. It's like learning the language of AI.
I like that analogy, yeah.
And that brings us to the tools themselves.
Okay, let's talk tools.
According to the report, the most popular AI tools are AI writing assistants.
Oh, interesting.
84% of people are using those.
That makes sense. They can save so much time.
Yeah, and effort.
Right. It's like having a super-powered editor like On Call 247.
Exactly.
But what else is trending, What are people using besides writing assistants?
It's actually a pretty close race between image generation, machine translation, and data analysis tools.
Got it.
They're all hovering around like the 40% usage mark.
Okay.
But what's really interesting is the generation gap.
Oh, it shows up again.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So millennials love image generation.
Okay.
While Gen Z and Gen X are more into translation tools. It's just a small detail, but I thought it was kind of fascinating.
Yeah, it shows how different generations are finding their own ways to use AI.
Yeah, their own unique ways.
Yeah, and here's something else that I thought was interesting.
Okay, what's that?
More people are developing AI for internal use within companies than for external use.
So they're using it for themselves.
Yeah, it seems like organizations are prioritizing inward-facing AI development.
Interesting.
Focusing on streamlining their own processes.
Right.
Maybe gaining a competitive edge before they start selling their AI solutions to the world.
Kind of like they're building their own internal AI toolkit before they venture out to solve everybody else's problems.
Yeah, exactly. And we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've talked about how AI adoption, it's widespread, but expertise is lagging behind.
Yeah, big gap there.
We've explored that generational divide.
Yeah, very interesting.
And we've touched on this rise of, in-house AI development.
A lot of interesting trends in the report.
We've only just scratched the surface, though.
I was going to say, there's so much more to talk about.
Stick with us. We'll be back with more insights from the deep dive in just a moment.
Sounds good. Welcome back to our deep dive into AI at work.
All right, so we were just talking about how companies are kind of focusing on using AI internally first.
Yeah, before they kind of unleash it on the rest of the world.
Right, it's like they're building their own toolkit.
Exactly.
Before they try to, tackle all those big industry challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that mean for the average worker?
That's a really good question. And the report actually talks about some of the potential benefits.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of workers, especially millennials, they see AI as a tool that can actually, enhance their capabilities.
So instead of replacing humans, AI could actually help us do our jobs better.
Exactly. And maybe even enjoy them more.
Good.
Think about it. AI could streamline your workflow, automate all those tedious, repetitive tasks,
right?
And free up your time so you can focus on more creative, strategic work.
So it's like having a little AI assistant that takes care of all the boring stuff.
Exactly.
So you can think big picture.
And this isn't just limited to individual benefits.
Okay.
AI could totally revolutionize entire industries.
Like how?
Think about healthcare.
Okay.
AI can help diagnose diseases earlier, personalize treatment plans, or manufacturing.
Okay.
You got AI-powered robots working alongside humans to improve efficiency and safety.
So many possibilities.
The possibilities are huge, but we gotta acknowledge the potential downsides too.
Right. Like what?
Well, we already talked about the need for clear AI policies, ethical guidelines.
Right.
But there's another big concern that comes up a lot.
What's that?
Job displacement.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it's understandable that people are worried about, machines taking over.
Yeah, as AI gets more and more sophisticated.
Right.
Are we going to see mass unemployment?
That's the big question.
It's a valid concern for sure, but, history shows us that technology, it usually creates more jobs.
Oh, really?
Than it destroys.
Interesting.
Think about the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
It did lead to job losses in some areas.
Right.
But it also created a ton of new industries and new opportunities.
So it's not really humans versus machines.
Right.
It's more like humans and machines working together.
Exactly. The key is to focus on developing the skills that we need to thrive in an AI-powered world.
Like what kind of skills are we talking about?
Adaptability, problem-solving, collaboration.
Okay.
Those are going to be more important than ever.
Makes sense. And of course, data literacy, which we talked about earlier. If data is the fuel for AI, then we need to understand it to really use it.
We need to be able to read the language.
Exactly.
So it's all about equipping ourselves with the right skills and knowledge to navigate this whole new landscape.
So what's the big takeaway here for our listener?
AI is here to stay. It's only going to become more integrated into our lives in the coming years.
For sure.
But instead of being afraid of it, we need to see it as an opportunity.
An opportunity for what?
To learn to grow and to really shape the future of work in a way that benefits everybody.
So it's about adapting, upskilling, staying ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
But also having these important conversations about, ethics and making sure we're using AI responsibly.
Well, absolutely.
This report is really fascinating. That gives us this snapshot of, the state of AI right now.
Yeah, a glimpse into the current trends.
But it also makes you think about the future.
Yeah, like what's coming next?
What kind of new tools are we going to see?
What ethical dilemmas are we going to face?
And how is this relationship between humans and AI going to evolve? Those are big questions.
Yeah.
We can't answer them definitively today, but they're definitely worth thinking about.
Absolutely, as we navigate this uncharted territory.
Right.
And speaking of exploring further,
yeah,
for those of you who are really eager to dive deeper into the world of AI, Udacity actually offers a ton of resources.
Oh, that's right.
And training programs.
Yeah, they've got courses on everything from data science and machine learning to AI product management and generative AI.
It's like a one-stop shop for all your AI learning needs.
It really is.
But before you all rush off to sign up for a course...
Hold on a second.
let's wrap up our discussion with a few final thoughts.
Okay, sounds good.
You ready for part 3?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're back for the final part of our AI deep dive.
Part 3.
And we've saved some of the most, thought-provoking stuff for last.
The best for last.
We've talked a lot about, needing AI skills.
Right.
But the report, it emphasizes that it's not just about learning one skill and then you're good.
It's not a one and done. It's about lifelong learning.
Yeah, it makes sense. The field's changing so fast.
It's moving so quickly.
You need like a software update for your brain.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like every few months just to keep up.
Exactly.
So that means being really proactive, right? Mm-hmm. Like seeking out new information, experimenting with different tools, connecting with other people in the field.
Yeah. Networking is so important.
It is. It really is.
AI can feel really overwhelming sometimes.
It can?
It helps to have other people to talk to, bounce ideas off of, learn from.
Absolutely. And the report, it highlights how important collaboration is.
Yeah.
Not just, between individuals, but across different departments within companies.
Break down those silos, get everyone talking about AI.
Right, because it's not just an IT issue.
Exactly.
It's something that really affects every part of a business.
Every single part.
And you know what's interesting?
What?
The report found that companies with leaders who are really like champions for AI,
they're on board.
Yeah, they encourage it. They foster innovation. Those companies tend to have more successful AI implementations.
Interesting.
It's all about creating that environment where people feel comfortable experimenting.
Right, where they can try new things.
And that leads to another important concept in the report.
Okay.
Human-centered AI design.
Human-centered.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
Well, it's about designing AI systems that are intuitive.
Okay.
User-friendly and ultimately, beneficial to humans.
So it's not just about how powerful the AI is.
Right.
It's also about making sure that people can actually use it.
Yeah, and that it's used ethically.
And responsibly.
Exactly. It's about putting people first.
Yeah.
Making sure technology serves us, not the other way around.
Well said. All right, so that brings us to the end.
Already.
I know, right? Time flies when you're having fun talking about AI.
It really does.
This has been an incredible deep dive, don't you
think? It has. We've covered so much.
The trends, the challenges, the opportunity, and I think most importantly, the human side of AI.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully you've learned a few things along the way.
And maybe feel a little bit more prepared to deal with all this AI stuff.
Absolutely. Remember the future of AI. It's not set in stone.
No, it's a work in progress.
It's something we're all creating together.
So we got to stay curious, keep learning,
and work to build a future where AI benefits everyone.
That's the goal.
And if you're feeling inspired to learn more, Udacity has all those resources and training programs.
That's right.
To help you stay ahead of the game.
So go explore, check it out.
Dive in, discover all the potential of AI.
It's out there.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.